What is up, everybody? This is Set Free from Integrity Tunes back with another fresh perspective. And let's get into it now. I got a chessboard right here, and you're wondering why you got the chessboard here. Black people don't play chess. No, I'm just kidding. My brother was actually supposed to be like a chess king or something. Anyway, so I was sitting there and I was living life, like I do every day. And I started seeing the parallels between chess and real life, and I started realizing what they had in common. Like for instance, I suck at them both. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually good at chess. Um, and then I started noticing like everybody that I knew kind of fit into a category of one of the pieces, just their actions. For instance, okay, this is the pawn right here. This is the weakest piece on the board. This represents like me and you in corporate America. They're usually the smallest piece on the board. I mean, no matter what set you get, they make one move at a time, just like us, paycheck to paycheck. Um, but if you want to get into more detail about pawns, pawns are people that sacrifice themselves for somebody else. And sometimes knowing, wittingly or unwittingly, they say stuff like IDGAF, FML, YOLO. They really don't take any consideration about tomorrow or anything. And they somebody always usually uses them for their own advancements. In this case, being the king. Um, now I guess not. Once you're conscious of it, you have an ability to be something different. Anything's possible, I guess. But the way they move one step forward at a time. The way they attack is to the side. All right. So moving on to the next piece right here, which is this is a respectable piece. This is a castle. Now the way that the castles move, they move front, back, and side to side. The thing I like about the castle is a respectable piece or a person because they're straightforward. If they don't like you, they're gonna let you know that. The downside to that is, when people feel disrespected, they tend to conspire against you, and the castles have a tendency to get conspired against because people know exactly what's on their mind, how they feel, and a lot of times the other pieces don't like them, but they'll pretend like they do until they get an opportunity to put them under the bus, and that's usually what happens because these are the guys that tell their boss to go to hell, and which is, I mean, at the end of the day, you respect the fact that he spoke his mind, but then he might not have a job too much longer. That's just life. It's corporate America. But maybe, I mean, not everybody needs a job. But anyway, this right here is the knight. Now, the knight is actually, it's probably one more. The way I see the knight is the L7. It's a square. It's a smart piece. It moves in L's and sevens. So L's and sevens. And I call it a square because if you look how it moves like a seven or, So I don't know. It kind of creates a box, maybe a rectangle. If you want to be technical, but I'm using box for my analogy here. Now these are the people that are good at orchestrating things. They're very smart, but they don't have the charisma to be a king. Okay, and this piece right here is the bishop, and this is like actually my favorite piece because I identify with it. It moves diagonally, and it's a clever piece because the way that I see myself is I'm not the smartest or the strongest piece on the board, but I come from angles that people don't see. I come from different perspectives that most people. I always have people tell me like, "Oh, I never thought about it like that." So that's why I identify well with the bishop. Now moving on, we have the queen, and the queen by far, like in real life, is the most dangerous piece on the board because she has everything at her disposal. And if you look at that, if you look at, they just look at the power that women have. They can destroy your life in multiple ways. They can take your finances. They can damage you emotionally, spiritually, and then they can have their big brother, come over and beat you up. The list goes on. So pretty much they pretty much have free reign over the board of what they can do. I think if I remember correctly, they can't move like knights, if I'm correct, but I could be wrong. I need to refresh my memory. But anyway, um, yeah, she's the most dangerous. But if she gets taken out, the game still keeps going on. So keep that in mind. Now right here, you got the king. All right, so the king is by far the most important piece on the board, but he's not that dangerous. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's like real life. When you look at a king, this guy's like a pimp. He pretty much uses everybody to protect himself and provide for him. But once you take everybody away from him, he pretty much can't do nothing on his own. He's that person that gets enabled so much that when they pull the rug from underneath him, he's basically a glorified pawn when he doesn't have all these other pieces there in front of him. All right, and that's pretty much it. You know, comment in the section. Like I said, if it slipped my mind, I don't remember if she can't move like a night or anything. But if you know for sure, then you know, Google it because I'm not trying to give anybody any misinformation, or write it in the comments. So let me know what you thought about this video, improvements, hates or likes, and I appreciate y'all for stopping by and listening. God bless.